Hello everyone and welcome back to my home. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a closet clear out. It's not as big of a clear out as the last one you saw if you did like that video. I really enjoyed doing that and I felt like a lot of you guys found it useful. So I'm going to do it again, and alongside with it I will be doing a blog sale which will feature all of the items that I'm getting rid of. I'm going to go through my closet, and I do have a seasonal closet approach at this point because what you see is what I have. Over here I have a dresser with all of my knits, and behind me I have all of my clothing. So it all has to fit in a, I would say, average size closet, and I do have a lot of clothes because I love fashion. So I've split it up into winter and fall, which is in our storage unit, and I've got my summer and spring clothing out at the moment, along with basics that stay out all year, of course, like my jeans, which I keep rolled up on the top shelf of the closet. So I'm going to go through everything. I already have a few items in mind, and that brings me to my first tip, which is to make sure that you start to push items that you think you no longer want or haven't worn for a long time to the front of your closet, especially if part of it is hard to access. Otherwise, if everything that's little used gets pushed to the back, then you won't be reminded to do that clear out, and it'll be harder to decide what has simply gotten shoved to the back versus what you actually have had accessible but are no longer wearing. So first of all, I'm going to go basically from left to right, and the main thing I really want to address today is dresses, because I actually have a ton of dresses, and rightfully so in a way, because for this season it is what I wear for the most part. The first thing that I'm seeing right away, that even though it's really gorgeous, I really haven't worn for a long time. So this is a Tory Burch dress. It's extra small and it's silk, and I pushed it to the front because even though I really like it, I kind of felt like I wasn't wearing it much anymore. So this is going to go in the blog sale pile because I have had it out there for many weeks now and haven't worn it. So I'm just going to toss the hanger onto the couch. Then I have a few items that I actually have worn a lot recently, and that's why they're towards the front. So all of these are for sure keepers. A lot of them are dresses that I wear often to work. And then, I have this dress. I actually have really never worn this at all. I just tried it on and it was a lot more form-fitting than I expected it to be. It's a Mare Hoffman swim dress, but I think it's not really a bathing suit cover at all. It's more of a party dress, and I really like the Poochie-esque geometric print, but I think what I didn't factor in when I bought it is that it does have a cutout at the back, so it's just not really my style. Dresses that I wear pretty often. So one thing I always keep an eye on is how much I wear my Diane von Furstenberg dresses, because I have a lot of them. It's one of my favorite things to buy, not just from my blog sale, but in general. I would say have a look online if you like Diane von Furstenberg to pick up a few wrap dresses, because they've actually changed the designer there and I don't like his designs at all. He's definitely moving away from her traditional designs like the wrap dress. Really pretty yellow flower print with a navy background. I really like it, but it's definitely not one of the ones that I wear the most. It's 100% silk. It's been dry cleaned and I haven't worn it since I've dry cleaned it, so I'm going to go ahead and add this one as well to the blog sale pile, and I feel like it will find a good home because I know that many of you are Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress lovers like I am. What I really need to do once I've done the clear out is start color coding the dresses so that I know where to look for certain items. It really has no organization whatsoever at the moment. Oh, here I've got another item that's brand new. Maybe I should add this one to the blog sale. It's a little rumpled looking, but it just needs a steam. It's from Zara last season, and it's still got the tag on it. So I feel at this point it would probably do to go to a better home. Didn't really end up wearing it. So it's got a big bow here. If you have a white party to go to or something like that, it would be great, but I don't have anything like that on my calendar. So moving on, let's take a look at this side of the closet. So I've got some black dresses going on here. What is this one? Oh, it's a helmet leg t-shirt dress. I haven't worn that in a while, but sometimes I think it's important to give things a little while, so it's definitely too warm out to be wearing this dress. So I'm going to keep it for the time being. And I think that's actually the case for a lot of these dresses because I tend not to wear that much black when it's nice out. So, and that brings us to shirts, and I don't think that there's a ton in here that I'm probably going to get rid of. Maybe I feel like this shirt from J. Crew is really sweet, and I could have worn it on several occasions this summer on boats, but I really didn't. So I'm going to put this one as well in the goodbye pile. It's really cute. It's got little anchors all over it from J. Crew. I'll tell you the size. It's a size 4. I have in here, and I've really only worn these once or twice. They're from Coach. There are some really nice evening heels, and I feel like a pair of shoes like this, either you're gonna reach for when it's a special occasion or you're not. And I think with the gold hardware, I just haven't reached for them that much. They have a little bit of wear on the heel tips, but they're still in really good condition. And I also have a basket of things that I've set aside that I already know that are good buys for sure. So let me show you what's in the basket, and I will give you my tips for that as well. Alright, so my big tip for you today is to actually set aside a storage basket like this. And every time that you know that there's something that you are probably not going to wear anymore, I recommend adding it to the basket. And the nice thing about this is that you'll still have it out and close to you, so that if there's anything that you start to regret, then you can take it out and put it back in your collection. But these are the things that I really am pretty certain that I'm ready to get rid of. So one of them is another brand new dress actually, and this happens to us all occasionally, but the size didn't really work out. So it's from Ted Baker, but unlike all their other dresses that I've ever owned, it has no stretch. So it's a silk fabric. It's so gorgeous. I was actually really upset that it didn't fit me. It's brand new. You can see it still has a tag on, and it's their size 1, which is the size I always get, and I'm always either a 2 or a 4. But the reason that this dress doesn't fit is because it's very tight around the chest on me, and I'm a D cup, so that's, I suppose, not that surprising. And I suppose I also take advantage of the stretch in their other dresses that I have. So if you're an A, B, or C cup, it would probably fit great on you, and it's not really on them that it doesn't fit me, but it's kind of uncomfortable and it feels tight across the chest, so I just know that I won't wear it. So I might as well send it to a good home while it's still in brand new condition. You can see it's a really pretty shiny silk. It'd be perfect for a summer wedding. And I ordered it from the Ted Baker website, so doing returns is actually going to end up costing me more money than it's worth. But I think sometimes it's good, even though it's hard, if you somehow end up with something that you know you're not going to wear, just let it go. Even if it's still brand new, it's better to do that than to end up having it at the back of your closet for years because you feel guilty because for some reason it doesn't fit or didn't work out. So that's just something that I recommend doing. Good thing. So I've got a sweater. I don't know if you guys remember, I purchased this during Vlogmas, and I wore it a few times during Vlogmas. This is the Olivia Palermo Chelsea sweater. This was a really popular line at Nordstrom this last season, but for my collection, and I have a pretty vast knitwear collection, it's ended up being a bit too much of a heavy knit for Vancouver. It's a little too warm. I actually got some jewelry here, and this is the kind of thing that I normally never sort through, but again, I knew I hadn't worn this in years. I thought I might as well go ahead and add it to the blog sale. It's silver and gold, and it's 2 little birds in a bird cage. Let me see if I can give you a close-up. There you go. So it's real silver. It's a cute little pendant, but I just don't tend to really wear it over my other jewelry, and even little things are worth decluttering as well. That's another good tip, is even if you feel like the big items can't be decluttered, always keep an eye on the small items as well, because they do accumulate just like the big ones do. Then I have a wallet from Burberry, and I did use this quite a bit, so it was well loved. It doesn't have any major scratches, but it does have a few little scuffs. And the reason I don't use this anymore is because I like wallets that open fully now, and this one only opens about this far. But I still really love the Burberry check. I have, I think, 2 or 3 other wallets that I tend to use over and above this. I also have a little evening clutch here, which is just really cute, all beaded. It's from Anthropology originally, but it doesn't say that because a lot of their lines don't. And I think I'm going to let this one go as well because I do tend to use my Chanel bag over it, and it doesn't fit a ton. It'll fit a cell phone, some keys, and maybe a lipstick. And then last but not least, in any good closet clear out, you have to give yourself that final push to let go of items that, even though they may be luxurious and may have been expensive, if you haven't worn them in a year, then it's time to let go of them. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do with these Louboutins. I'm going to list these. They were limited edition style, and they were my first pair of Loubies. I didn't realize how uncomfortable they would be, so I really have never worn them. They're very high, so you have to be a stiletto wearer to enjoy these, but they do have the classic red sole, and you can see that they haven't gotten a ton of wear on them because usually the whole front part of the red sole disappears within a few wears. They have a little bit of scuffing on the lower side of the heel, but otherwise are in pretty good condition, and they're really pretty on the foot because they really elongate your foot really nicely, and since they're neutral, they go with anything, so they're worth passing on. But at this point, these ones are more decor than they are fashion because I never wear them, so I'm going to list these as well and see if they can find a good home. Pretty much concludes this closet clear out. It was a quick one, but a good one in that you can see the whole pile of clothing behind me has created quite a bit of space in my closet and just allows even the whole room to feel lighter and airier, which is ultimately the goal of any good clear out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!